Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World Tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
He's like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. Hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and as always, good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and welcome to another fucking podcast. Great episode this week in studio. I just recorded the interview, and I recorded it live, and I took it down, but I saved it, so I'm going to play it back for you, because I wanted to record it live. I wanted to record it with some audience feedback, some questions, and all that kind of good stuff. And of course, Scotty from Canada, one of my loyal listeners, he checked in. And we had a couple questions via the Facebook and all that kind of good stuff. But Jim Florentine in studio, that is coming up in just a little bit, recorded live for you and replayed right here. This is not live. So just download it and stuff and have fun and enjoy it. Welcome to another fucking podcast. Make sure you hit up all of the social media. The Twitter machine is at Real Izzy Presley. Same thing as Instagram. Facebook pages are simple. The Facebook page for the show is Another Effin' Podcast, and my entertainment page, which is Izzy Presley 1. Make sure you go like both of those pages. Find out everything is coming up on the show, and the entertainment page, find out everything I am doing entertainment-wise. Like, for instance, this Wednesday night in Hollywood, Sound Check Live, Take 70. Yeah, Take 70 will be in the books this Wednesday night. Our special guest curator is Doug Aldridge, of course, from the Dead Daisies, formerly of Whitesnake, and a lot of other great bands. Cannot wait to see what he has in store for us. If you have never been to Soundcheck Live, please make sure you check it out. If you are in the Los Angeles area, we are the last Wednesday of every month at Lucky Strike at Hollywood and Highland. It is a free show, and it is fucking amazing. Ferlazzo busts his ass to put on another great show each and every month. Great, amazing band, resident band, and the great players that we have coming up each and every week. It is just freaking, can I say amazing again? Because it is freaking amazing. And of course, you know, the Monsters of Rock Cruise, Cruise to the Edge, Moody Blues Cruise, all that good stuff. Had a great time. Just got done with that run. We had the Moody Cruise the beginning of January, and just got back last Saturday from the Monsters of Rock cruise and Cruise to the Edge. Two great times. Cruise to the Edge was, it's not my wheelhouse when it comes to music because it is prog, and I'm not a huge prog guy. I don't know a lot of the bands, but Sons of Apollo was on there, and they fucking slayed. Of course, that is Mike Portnoy, Bumblefoot, Billy Sheehan, Jeff Scott Soto, and Derek Sherodian. They killed, and they also played at the pre-party for the Monsters of Rock cruise before they went on their little tour. But yeah, we had a blast on Cruise to the Edge, myself and DJ Beef Brian Ott, doing our nightly karaoke and all that good stuff, and just playing out debauchery. And we do what we can to turn the Cruise to the Edge into the Monsters of Rock cruise. We try our goodest, so good. But the fans on Cruise to the Edge, I must say, are very, very passionate about the music and the bands. And hats off to them for making the cruise great each and every year. And hats off to Larry Morand and his whole crew for what they do on all these cruises each and every year, and for having us. It's fucking great. Great. Also, before I get on the Monsters of Rock cruise, I want you to know that if you want to support the show monetarily, it is easier than ever. I now have Venmo, and I now have Bravo. Both of those are apps for sending money. If you want to support the show, you can find me on those apps and send money to support the show, because it is not free to do. But I do it each and every week because I love you guys and I love doing the show, and I would never charge for this thing. You know, I just... Well, plus, I'm not big enough. But that doesn't mean anything. But if you guys want to help support the show, you absolutely can. The PayPal is easy. It's paypal.me/Izzy Presley. Or just find Izzy Presley on Venmo or on the Bravo tipping app. Very, very simple. And also, if you go to the Facebook page, the Another Effing Podcast Facebook page, and you want to buy T-shirts, made it even easier. There's a little button at the top that says shop. Takes you right to my Teespring storefront. You get the podcast shirts. You get the ACK Tribute to Ace Frehley shirts and my Mega Host, #MegaHost t-shirts. All of that stuff is available. I think there's coffee mugs and lots of other great stuff. So if you guys want to go buy stuff, simple. Just go right there to the shop button at the top of the Facebook page. And, of course, like the Facebook page while you're there. And also, if you're listening on Spreaker, make sure you hit that follow button. So every time that I am live, each and every Monday night, I'm not live right now, but you will get the notification that I am live. You'll also get notification that a show has been posted. Also on the iTunes, subscribe on iTunes, free, all that good stuff. And you can download the show via iTunes as well after the show has been posted. Not listen live, but after it has been posted. There's also a YouTube channel, which I forgot about. So all the shows are posted immediately after up on YouTube. And I ran into a little problem because while I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise and Cruise to the Edge, my Spreaker subscription lapsed. So I lost all but the last 3 shows that I did. And I posted the YouTube link, for you guys to get the old shows while I was slowly going to re-upload them. Well, after I talked to Spreaker, we got the shows back up. So all of the shows have been reloaded. Everything that has been posted has been reposted. It is up there in order for your download pleasure, download listening pleasure. But what I was going to do was every Thursday I was going to upload a classic show to get all the shows back up. But that doesn't mean I still can't do that. So each and every Thursday, I will be posting a classic show via the Facebook page, which is Another Effing Podcast. This week, I posted from 2 years ago, Don Jameson, and from Y&T, the almighty Dave Manichetti. Fun show, amazing show. And next week, I think I'll be reposting Aiden Ashley, porn star extraordinaire. And also a great tour manager. She works a lot in the music business. Good friend. Great show. Entertaining show. It's always good when you have very attractive women on the show. Because that means there's very attractive women in my room. And I'm okay with that. I absolutely am. So the Monsters of Rock cruise, or as it has been dubbed, the Rainbow at Sea. And anybody's been to the Rainbow Bar and Grill, you know exactly what I am talking about. Amazing, amazing time. We're going to get into it with Mr. Florentine a little bit because we were both on there. Finally pooping solid again, which is major. But the bands were fucking awesome. Bisto Blanco played. Oh my God. If you have not been exposed to Bisto Blanco, go buy their stuff. Fucking awesome. They played the pre-party and they played on the boat. And absolutely amazing. God, who else did I see that was great? Thunder was awesome. I believe that was their first quote-unquote United States shows since the Backstreet Symphony record came out. They did a couple promo shows when that record came out. That's the only time they played in the United States. So this is their first performance in the U.S. or close to the U.S. since. And that was, 91? So it's been a long 27 years. Holy shit. Oh my God. I graduated in 91. Fuck, do I feel old. But yeah, Monsters of Rock Cruise was amazing. Fun time doing the karaoke. I was very, very busy on that. I got to do Eddie Trunk show, so thank you, Eddie, for having me on. If you go back, if you're a Sirius XM listener, go back and find day 2 of the Monsters of Rock Cruise from this year. It's Steve Harris, Mark Ferrari, Jason Beeler, and Michael Wagner, and myself. I was the last segment of the show, but I don't care. It was fun. So thank you, Mr. Trunk, for having me on. Also did the Elvis wedding vow renewals on the beach. That was a blast. Hungover as hell, but it was great. I had hula girls. We handed out lays like scarves, and all the girls lined up to get the kiss on the cheek and get their little lay and stuff. That was cool. It was fun. I sang Can't Help Falling in Love with You in a very hungover state. I made the joke to Mr. Bill Devers, and I said, oh, God, I was too hungover to hit that last note. He's like, what do you mean? You're too hungover to hit any notes. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. That is worth a Pat Fontaine.
Yeah.
There you go. Fucking great. But that was great. Hosted a surf contest. Actually, a couple of them. One of them with Don Jameson, one of them just myself, and DJ Beef was hanging out, cracking wise with me. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you to I got some amazing gifts on the Monsters of Rock Cruise. I want to thank everybody for those. A couple listeners, Scotty Strickland, racist. He's not racist, but I think we all know the shtick now. If you see Scotty, you say racist, he has to take a shot. Scotty, racist. Gave me a pile of 3 Blu-rays of Don Cherry's Rock'em Sock'em Hockey. Fucking loving those. I got an autographed Barry Manilow CD. I got a bunch of pics. I got a T-shirt that says "Greatest Balls Ever." Fits me very well. And the crown jewel, the crown jewel. Mark from Chicago, another loyal listener to the show, brought me. I've joked in the past as I hate the Chicago Blackhawks. It goes back to my days being a North Stars fan, hating Chicago, that horrible, amazing rivalry that we had, that the North Stars had with the Blackhawks, and probably the most hated Blackhawk ever, Al Secord. And if you're not familiar, as a hockey fan, growing up in Minnesota, we hated Al Secord. Secord sucks. We lost the North Stars in 93. Got the Wild in, 2000. The very first home game was a preseason game against Chicago. There was a sign in the crowd that said, Secord still sucks. So I've made the joke, I've made the comment online and on this show that the only Blackhawks sweater I would wear is an Al Secord sweater because I hate him that bad. Well, thank you to Mark from Chicago. I thought he was joking when he said he was going to do it, but he did it. I am now the proud owner of a white Al Secord sweater, and I wear that proudly. Out of hatred for Al Secord and the Blackhawks. but I wear it proudly, and it looks good on me. So if you ever see me wearing this Al Secord sweater, please note that Secord still sucks, and I hate him so bad that I would wear his sweater. That's just how it goes. So thank you, everybody who gave me those great gifts. And Casey from Texas, he won the auction that I had when I got my iPhone 10, so I did not need my 7 Plus, another effing podcast iPhone case. So I put it up. I put it up on eBay, autographed, and I said, if any of the cruisers win this, they will also get an autographed or the roadie pack, which you could. I have a couple left. You can buy one for only $29.99 plus $5 shipping and handling inside the United States of America, the continental United States. So just PayPal me that money or Venmo or whatever, and I will ship it out to you. But it is a flask, it is a dog tag, it is a Zippo type lighter, and it is a flashlight, all with the Another Effing Podcast logo on it. I'll sign it, all that kind of good stuff. So if you want one of those, just send me $34.99, $29.99 for the product, and $5 for shipping and handling, and we'll get it shipped out to you. So Casey, won that auction. He got the autograph case. He got the roadie pack. He got a pick set from the 3 shows that I did, and he also got dinner with me. Yes, experience. So thank you, Casey, for buying that, and hope you had a good experience. And it was great to hang out with you more than just when we were fucking drinking and eating. And Casey also played. Did he play? Yeah, he played. He played in the Cruiser Jam. Also a big fan of Aka Tribute to Ace Frehley, so props to I saw a bunch of Aka Tribute to Ace Frehley t-shirts out in the crowd when we played. That was fucking awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. So yeah, we did a couple All-Star Kiss jams. The first one, it was like Mark Ferrari came up and jammed, Jacob Bunton, Marty O'Brien and Patrick Kinnis from the Lita Ford Band, Chris from I'm sorry, the name of the band is escaping me, but he came up and played on Strutter. Jason Beeler played, Chad Stewart, obviously from Aka Tribute to Ace Frehley, and Faster fucking Pussycat Bubba, Johnny Martin from LA Guns, also my bass player in Aka Tribute to Ace Frehley, Eric Brittingham, Jared James Nichols, who you guys heard on the show a couple weeks ago, and Brian Ott. And if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And the Aka Tribute to Ace Frehley show wasn't what we were planning on doing. We were planning on doing our straightforward Ace show, but there was a scheduling conflict with Johnny because we ended at 10:30. LA Guns started at 10:30, so he couldn't be there because they had sound check and they had a whole bunch of stuff that they had to do. So it was like a potpourri of bass players jamming with us. And we had Cody Higbee, we had Aaron Lee from YNT. Oh yeah, Aaron also played in the All-Star Kiss Jam as well. Eric Brittingham. Scotty Coogan from Ace Frehley's band was on there with Lynch Mob, so he came up and did a couple songs with us, which was amazing. That was badass. And it kind of turned into... we did a few of the staples in the Ace Frehley set, and it kind of turned into a, fuck, do you know this song? Fuck it, let's do it. It kind of turned into let's call out songs and see what Kiss songs we can do. And it was fun. It was great. It was a good time. I really had a blast, and the crowd ate it up. You guys had a great time. So thank you to everybody that was on the boat that came to watch us. And Jim Florentine, of course, was on the boat too. The Cruiser Jam, that was cool. That was really cool. That's one of the favorite things I get to do on that boat every year is the Cruiser Jam, because it gives the cruisers a chance to get up and play. It gives the cruisers a chance to get up and play some of the time, a lot of the times, with artists on the boat. And I set it all up ahead of time. They don't know who they're playing with until they get on stage. Roxy from Madam X and Vixen came up and played. Brett from Madam X came up and sang. God, who else did we have? Luke Carl came up and played drums on a couple songs. Don Jameson played. Steve Blaze from Lillian Axe came up and did a tune. And just randomly, because some people didn't show up for their things, they had other shit going on. It happens, and that's why it's cool to have people in the crowd that know the stuff, and that's one of the reasons I did an AC/DC jam, is because there's a good chance that somebody's going to know one of the songs. Dave Menikitty's guitar tech, Danny X, I believe his name is. He came up and jammed on a few songs. He's like, "Do you know this?" He's like, I can fake my way through it. So that was cool, and I think Scotty Coogan came up and sang backups on a song. But the really cool thing that happened during the Cruiser Jam was our Gong Show winner, Tommy Krell from Florida. He's our reigning, defending, undisputed champion, and he defended his belt again this year. And he actually has a belt now, which is awesome. So he was singing Walk All Over You, and I can't remember who else was on that. But, because I don't have the list in front of me, I apologize. But the cool thing that happened is Jeff Keith from Tesla happened to be walking by, because he had to go throw a whiz, and he heard Walk All Over You, which turns out, I believe, is his favorite song. And he just randomly jumped on stage, and there's video of it. If you go to the Facebook page, which is Izzy Presley's Monsters of Rock Cruiser Jam on Facebook, go there. There's if you check all the visitor posts, you'll find it there. Jeff Keith came up and sang Walk All Over You with Tommy. He sang the first two verses and choruses, and then left. It was like a Prince movie. Just kind of appeared on stage, did it, and just disappeared. It's fucking amazing. It was so cool, and it's so cool for stuff like that to happen. That's the beauty of the Monsters of Rock cruise. So if you've ever been on the fence, ever been wondering, it's like, God, should I go? Shouldn't I go? Go. Because shit like that happens. It is unbelievable. It is such a good time, and it's so fan-friendly. And the cool thing is, and we talk about this later in the interview with Jim, is that the bands are there for the same reason. They're there to see the other bands. They're hanging out, watching their friends play, who they never get to see unless they're on the same bill, because these guys are constantly on tour, especially during the summer. They end up in a lot of the same festivals, and a lot of these bands, they only play on these festivals or specifically on the Monsters cruise. So, this is their chance to see their friends from back in the day. So they get to watch all these great bands. So they're there hanging out. They're there for the same reason. And all the artists are so approachable. It's just like, hey man, how you doing? And that's really what it is. It's like, it's not, oh my God, it's CJ Snare. Ooh. What up, CJ? I love CJ. Just using you as an example. It's like, hey man, how you doing? Hey man, good to see you. All right, cool. Let's do a shot. All right, cool. That's basically what it is. It is so great. Larry and Gino and Bill Devers and JP and everything that you guys do. Thank you so much for letting myself and DJ Beef Brian Ott be a part of that each and every year. It is such an honor. It is such a privilege. And so happy to be able to do it. It's so cool. It is so cool. It is a family between the bands. It's a family between the fans. It's like a high school reunion every year, a big family reunion every year. There's never any drama. It's just blast out rock and roll fun. Like I said, it's the rainbow at sea. That's basically what it is. It's a fucking great, great time. So make sure, if you've ever been on the fence about doing the Monsters Rock Cruise, do it. You will have the time of your life, and you'll be hooked, and you'll be back every single year. Every year. So great. So just get up there and do it. Go watch it. So good and stuff. Oh, my God, I'm so verklempt. And then Don and Jim are on there doing comedy. It's just so much great stuff going on. You know, then they got these great little things like Cooking with Rock Stars. We got the Gong Show karaoke contest. We've got, there was a Shredders competition, which this young chap, Juan Goody, I believe is his name. Sorry if I fuck it up. He won the Shredders competition, and he also did a couple songs during during the AC/DC Jam, and he killed. He played lead. He was great. And big thank you to Bob Mascarin for everything that you do during the Cruiser Jam. He always helps out with the drums. He brought the sticks, takes care of everybody. Thank you so much, and a big hats off to you. You deserve praise for helping make this thing work. It's great to have somebody like that who's just there to jam, and he wants to help out. He wants to be part of it, and I really, really appreciate that. Fuck yeah. That's what it's all about. Like I said, it's a family. It is a big ass family. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a short little break, throw a couple ads at you. And before I get to those ads, make sure you check out Beater Amplification. It's Beeter. Balls out, rock and roll heads. These things are testicular fortitude at its finest. Classic tones, hand-wired, 100-watt heads, pull 2 tubes, and you got a fitty, which is another really cool little thing they got. Check them out on Facebook, Beater Amplifications, Beeter. If you're a guitar player, you will want one of these, and they got some prototypes for some pedals that they're putting out now. Proud to be working with these guys. Thank you, Ross. Thank you so much. So fucking great. Great. And also A&P Productions Laser Engraving Division. We talked about the Roadie Packs. A&P Laser. That's A&P Laser on Facebook. And also John Palumbo Design. I love me some John Palumbo. We love John Palumbo. John does a lot of graphic work. He can do web design. John Palumbo Design. It just says it right there. Go hit him up on Facebook as well. Click that like button. Give him some work. He's very, very good at what he does. So props to you, John Palumbo. And we'll be right back with Jim Florentine on another fucking podcast.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
All right, everybody, we are back, and in studio I have right now probably the only person I know who's had a three-way with Jim Norton. He's in town promoting his brand new book, which is called Everybody's Awful Except You. We just got off the Monsters of Rock cruise. Jim Florentine, welcome back to another fucking podcast.
What's going on, man? Yeah, well, Ron Jeremy had a threesome with Jim Norton, too.
Well, I don't really know Ron.
Yeah.
I think Ron actually might know who I am because I'm at the Rainbow so fucking much, but I wouldn't say I know Ron. So I guess you're like the winner by technicality, I guess.
Right, yeah, no, it's, when you're, doing enough road gigs, some shit's going to go down.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. We just got off the Monsters of Rock cruise. This is your second one?
Second one, yeah.
Second one?
Yeah.
How would you like this one compared to the
I
last
like this one better. The first one, I wasn't sure how I was going to like it. I've been on a cruise before. I wasn't crazy about it. Not a rock cruise, just a regular cruise. And, I was a little timid. I was like, all right, it's going to be all right. But this one, I was a lot more comfortable, and it was great. It was a great time.
Has your liver recovered?
Yeah, you know what? I paced myself with that. I'm not too bad. I know if I see you late, it's going to get ugly
right.
on the cruise. You know what I mean? So I know. So I've only went up there one night. But the other times, Don's always up there. And I'm like, Don's going, yeah, I'm going. I'm like, all right, yeah, you won't be going to bed till 4
Yeah, Don's like me. He's always got a beer in his hand.
Always. He's a professional.
Yeah, absolutely. We're kind of like peas in a pod, except he has better chops.
Right. Yeah. So, no, but it was great, though, man. It was just a killer just watching all those bands. And
Who really stuck out for you?
Kicks.
Yeah, Kicks. Fuck
Loved
yeah.
seeing those guys live. I missed them for like 20 years when they would come around. I finally saw them last year on the cruise for the first time in like 20 years live. A lot of these bands. And then Queensryche, really, I haven't seen them with Todd. They were amazing. Y&T is always unbelievable.
Yeah.
Raven was great. I've liked those guys since the beginning. I saw them when they first came over to the States back in the day, so it was great seeing those guys. Who else was really good? Faster Pussycat.
Always.
And the Atomic Punks, the Van Halen tribute band.
Yeah.
That was killer when they played on the beach in Haiti.
Yep.
It's friggin' 80 and sunny and drinking beers and then playing some Van Halen. It's fucking nothing better.
Fucking love it. We actually, I guess we technically warmed up for them on the pool stage because I did the Ace Frehley thing right before they played. So I guess I can say I opened up for them.
Right. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay, me. So the brand new book just came out on the 20th?
Yeah, the 20th, yeah.
20th. Obviously I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but I was kind of looking over Norton's little forward here. I didn't realize that you've been in comedy for this long. I mean, he's talking about, your roommates and talking about like 1991. When did you actually get into comedy?
Yeah, we started like around 90, 91 is when I first met him. We both pretty much started. I was starting a little before him, and I was just running an open mic at a bar. It was a strip club during the day, and it was a rock club at night, and I was the DJ there.
Mm-hmm.
And on Monday nights, they gave me like a comedy night. And they paid me like $100, and I would pay like a headline or some guy that's been around a while, and then I just have open micers, and I would host it each week. And then that's where I met Jimmy, came down and stuff, so we've been friends ever since.
Who was, when I was talking to Don on the first Monsters of Rock cruise that he was on, he was kind of saying that you really kind of pushed him out there to do comedy, and he kind of did that to me actually on that same cruise. Did anybody actually do that for you?
No, not really. I just when I saw like Dice and Kinnison bring like a rock star mentality to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I always intrigued by stand up, but I always wanted to be in a band. I was more of a musical. I just didn't have any talent, so I was trying to figure out how I could not work a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
So I had a DJ business. I was DJing a rock club and doing weddings and shit like that. And then when I saw Dice and Kinnison, like all of a sudden Dice like a rock star with his leather jacket, and they're doing arenas, and Kinnison has his band and all the metal guys. I'm like, shit, man, I got to get up there and try that. So that it took me a little while, like another year or so, before I had the balls to get up on stage to do it. But once I did it the first time, like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, it's kind of like a drug. I mean, I remember the first time I did it, it was like, I think I had 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is gonna be the longest 5 minutes of my life, or over faster than the first time I had sex. How long?
You can last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
Call
me a marathon runner.
Is that including taking your clothes off?
Yes. Also including foreplay and begging.
Yeah, well, so do you last about a minute and a half?
Minute and a half. There you go. On a good day.
That's all right, though. Sometimes you're just so excited. Like, you're really hot. I couldn't help it.
Or, oh, my God, there's a girl in my bed.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, it's not my hand.
Right, exactly. How long did it take you to get comfortable on stage?
It took me a while, because you agree. It's weird because my son's been going up. He's 7, doing stand-up, and everyone says he already has the stage presence down, which is like at least, you need the jokes. Forget the jokes, but 75% of it is the stage presence where you don't look nervous, you don't look green, because the audience can sense that.
Oh, yeah.
And he stalks a stage, walks around, uses it all to make, because I've taken him a bunch of concerts, so he watches. My nephew plays in a band. I'll go up and I'll sing with them. So he's seen it. So he already has it down. It takes a while to get that down. So I don't know. I mean, probably 5-6 years in, maybe, is when I really started feeling comfortable. 9 years, they say, usually is when you really start becoming a good comic. It takes 9 years to really become a good comic.
Oh shit! I got a long way to go.
I mean, I guess you could take. It depends. Buddy Dean Del Rey. Dean's out there every night. He's been doing it like 6 years. He's an animal. He's doing 2-3 shows every night, no matter what, and he's getting it great because he's putting the extra time in.
You think it's harder now, though?
No, because there's a lot more avenues for you to build an audience.
Okay.
So you could do it with, I don't know, if you got a good Instagram page, you got some kind of thing you're doing there, or on YouTube or something, so you can get out there and you could just build up your own audience without the industry, which is great. You can go around it, and then eventually they'll find you if you have a big enough audience.
Yeah, that makes sense. The difference between the East Coast and the West Coast, comedy-wise, I mean, have you seen it change? Is it...
the East Coast guys were always like rougher and edgier, and had more of an attitude and were not as happy-go-lucky. That's what it always seemed like. So when we came out to the West Coast to do comedy, some of the crowds were like, whoa, why is this guy so angry? But that's just the way we are.
Right.
That's just a style of comedy. But now I think it's over the last 10 or 15 years, it doesn't matter. All the crowds are pretty much the same.
I suppose with obviously with that metal show and you having that crowd and people knowing who you are, it's a lot different.
Well, even if I go on a Comedy Store on stage and they don't know, most of the room doesn't know who I am, it's still, I don't feel it, it's not, it used to be so PC out here, like on stage and everything, like if you were dirty, little lowbrow or edgy, you might get groans. You don't get it anymore. So the crowds have come around. So you could pretty much, the East Coast guys can work the West Coast, no problem.
Is it harder now though with this PC culture that we're in, or do you see that kind of breaking down?
No, there's not. I don't think it's harder. They're not coming to the clubs, that's for sure. I think the media blows it out of proportion. When I play a club, I always talk to the club owner. I'm like, are you getting any more complaints about material and people complain about the comedians because they made a rape joke or whatever it is? And they're, not at all. They go, I think people know, they research the comics coming in, there's videos of everybody online, and they know what they're coming into, and I think people want to go to a comedy club and just forget what's going on in the outside world. And they just want to laugh. And the whole country's not, on this whole bandwagon of, just cleaning up this sexual harassment and stuff like that. It's like Hollywood telling the rest of the country to clean it up when you guys were doing it the whole time. Why is that involved? What does a guy in Michigan that works in at a gas station have to do with it? He's like, I wasn't doing. You guys were doing that shit, and now you're scolding each other. Now you're scolding us.
Right.
You're the one who was taking advantage of everybody. And, hey, if you're not giving me a blowjob, you're not getting the role, and come to my trailer, I'm going to lock the door. All that shit. It wasn't us. So everyone's like, fuck you. Why are you preaching to us?
Right. Well, especially on all the awards shows, they're using that as a platform.
Yeah, and that's why nobody watches it. The ratings are down 24%. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Just tell me what you guys knew exactly who was doing it, and you just let it slide, and you looked the other way, and you participated in it, and you said, all right, if I blow this guy, I'm going to get a role, but at least I'm going to get this role in a big film. So you made that choice. You didn't have to do it.
Right, exactly.
So now why are you blaming me 15 years later because you sucked Harvey Weinstein's dick? That had nothing to do with me.
Exactly, and where did it get you?
Right, exactly.
And you're crying about
Academy
it now.
Award. You were in all the Miramax films, and you knew what you're doing. So, so I think that the audience is like, look, I'm not into this. This isn't me. I never raped a girl. I never, she said no, and I didn't do anything. That's the Hollywood actors with their sense of entitlement. They're like, hey, I get everything. Too bad. You know what I mean? Look who I am. You better do something. But it hasn't come back to the comedy club, which is great. So I don't care. Like if somebody complains, I go, look, I don't know. I don't live in your world. So too bad.
Well, I mean, one of the reasons I thought about that is because last night I was listening to what I think is the greatest comedy record of all time, The Day the Laughter Died.
Yeah.
And, he's going into the women comics bit and the Indians bit. the Native American stuff, and I'm like, God, I don't know if he could get away with that in this day and age.
He's doing it. I just saw him last night at the Canyon Club.
How was that?
It was great. It's completely sold out.
Of course it was.
And he's doing that material. He's taking a completely different angle on
Right.
all of the stuff. The sex, yeah, he doesn't care. And the crowd's loving it. I saw him in New Jersey last weekend. I saw him do 4 shows, and the crowds are loving it, you know. They understand it's a joke, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
people could take a joke, and, you know. The people that are so uptight about it probably aren't coming to the comedy clubs anymore.
Well, I think a lot of it, too, is people just get their keyboard warriors. You know, they get on Facebook, they get on Twitter, and they fucking whine about everything, and they're not the ones at the comedy clubs.
Right, and if they are, it's like, okay, well, if someone made, like, there was a guy in Boston on a sports station, he made a Chinese voice. Tom Brady's agent.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and the guy got suspended. It's like, issue apology. Who did he apologize to? Who was offended?
Right.
Nobody. You know what I mean? But the station made him do it as if it was offensive. You think guys that in Boston that listen to sports radio and want to hear about the Red Sox and the Patriots are going to be mad because the guy going, oh. You think anyone was like, hey, man, I'm writing a letter. Nobody was offended.
Right. Well, I think Bill Hicks, he talked about that on Stern. I mean, obviously a long time ago. And it's like, and I'm not quoting this because I don't have the quote in front of me.
Well, he's not going to sue you.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
But, you know, he's like, you know, why should I kowtow to one guy with a crayon who wrote a letter when there's, you know, thousands of other people that thought this was funny?
Yeah.
You know? I think it was when he got, it was like right after Letterman bumped him for
Right.
his last appearance.
Yeah. You got to realize, like, as I tell other comics, like, if you can get like 25%, say, of people to like you, like the population to like your style of humor, that's great. Don't focus on the other 75%. Because if you focus on that, you're just going to be a mediocre act. You're going to try to fit in with everything, and you're just going to be ordinary. You're not going to be good. You're going to be a middle-of-the-road person that nobody even will, you know, want to go see because, that guy, yeah, he's all right, you know. So just do it your way and don't focus on the other 7. Who gives a fuck about them?
Right.
You don't need them. You know what I mean? Focus on the people that like your stuff.
Well, I mean, it goes back to Motorhead. What do? They always put out Motorhead records.
They put a Motorhead record out, exactly. And even the 80s bands were on the Monster Rock cruise, so like they're playing to their audience. Yep. That boat is sold out all the time. There's like 3,000 people on it. They're loving it. They do 2 shows on the boat, you know, over the course of 5 nights, and they're playing and the audience loves it. Like so what? All right, if Kix puts a new record out, they're not getting it on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. But who gives a shit? Right. They got their built-in audience. They're touring, you know, and people will see them, and they get a nice following. So good, play to them. They're not trying to crack regular radio anymore.
Right.
And they just I'm going to write an album that Kix fans are going to like.
Well, how many bands are actually trying to crack regular radio now, anyways?
Yeah, I mean it's true, but you know, just focus on who likes you, you know, and that's all. That's, you know, so like with my book, if someone picks it up and like, oh my God, I don't like this humor at all. Why is this guy picking everything apart? Why is he so angry over someone's Facebook post? I'm like, yeah, well, this isn't for you. You know, so some people are going to go, I don't like this. Isn't my humor at all. But other people are going to love it. You know, so I don't care about the people that don't like it. I'm like, whatever comment it is, okay, I don't blame you for not liking it.
How long did it take you to start writing jokes?
What do you mean?
Like as you were starting out, I mean,
I wrote a bunch of stuff. You always think when you start out that everything you write is great.
Right.
Like you can't edit anything. This is amazing, and it's usually in long form, and you really need to cut it down. It's long-winded, and it takes a while. You know what I mean? It's trial and error, and then eventually you start getting the hang of it. Like, I better cut this, get right to the point. You know what I mean? I don't need all this fat in there. Cut it down a little bit, because you know you're not good yet, so you're not going to be a good storyteller 2 years into your career. Once you're comfortable on stage, you could do that. So, no, it takes a while. I always tell comics, I go, when you're breaking in, do your best. Whatever the 5 minutes is that you have, do that every night. Hone that. Make sure it's good. And if you want to do new stuff, you know, if you're auditioning for a place like at the Improv or something like that, do your best stuff. And then hone and do that every night. But you could sprinkle in new shit as you're working it. But always keep working that stuff that works, because you always want to do well, because they'll always have your back if you do well. But if you want to just think, I'm going to do new material every night, and you're only doing comedy a year, and the other shit isn't even that good, so why is this stuff going to be any good? You know, pro, like a Bill Burr can go in, I got 5 minutes, I'm going to try, and maybe none of it works. He still doesn't know. Well, you never know as a comic if it's going to work or not until you get in front of a crowd. So I say just build a set like that. You know, keep doing the stuff that works and keep building from there.
How long did it take you to break out of the open mics?
It was pretty quick because there was guys like Rich Voss and Bob Levy and a couple other like local Jersey guys that took a liking to me and Jim Norton and took us out on the road with them to open for us. They thought we were scumbags and, I had the long hair and shit like that.
Right.
So they're just like, oh, these guys are cool guys. And we get paid like $25 and we drive them to the gigs and we just happen to be on stage. And they already had all the connections in these clubs. Like, hey, I got this guy who's going to MC, just pay him $25. He's going to do 10 minutes. So we were working a lot right off the bat. Because they liked us. We were like two degenerates. They liked our stories and stuff. Like these guys, these kids are fucked up. So they brought us on the road. So they gave us a lot of road work right off the bat. So it helped us, develop our sets.
And I saw something in that forward too. You did Woodstock?
Yeah.
Were you on like the main stage? Were you on a side stage or what?
A side stage.
Side stage.
Yeah,
okay.
It's Woodstock '93, I guess, or '94.
94. That was the one King's X was on, right?
Yeah. They wanted comics. They decided they wanted to do comics. So like 20 comics from New York City. When we took a bus out there, we stayed in a tent, and it was really disorganized. But we did a couple comedy shows on these smaller stages. A few hundred people were watching, but it was just cool. I went out and did one. It was so disorganized that I said, I want to say that I performed at Woodstock. I went up and I told one joke and I walked off stage because nobody was paying attention. I just want to say that I did Woodstock. I was up there for no more than 25 seconds. I remember some guy saw me. Goes, I saw you at Woodstock. Why'd you walk off stage after one joke? I go, I just wanted to get to set it. I just want to say I performed at Woodstock.
Oh my God, Scotty Strickland checking in from Canada. He was on the Monsters cruise. What up? If you see Scotty on the next cruise, make sure that you say the word racist to him because he has to take a drink. It's kind of his trigger word.
Okay.
All right. I'll introduce you to him. He's a good guy. I'm sure you met him. Is it tough doing that? I mean, obviously Woodstock is a whole different monster, but like opening up for bands, is that tough as a comic?
Yeah. I like the challenge though. Yeah, I knew it was going to be tough. If I never was on that metal show, I wouldn't have done it because going in about 70% of the crowd knows who you are, so you have an advantage for a few minutes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not good, they'll turn on you. But at least you need that first 2 or 3 minutes, a big buffer. So, but I just always liked the challenge. Like I was like, all right, I just finished a comedy special, and like I want to do something different. And I got that offer, and I'm like, look, I'm going to be in front of 12,000, 13,000 people a night. Let me try this. So it's nerve-wracking when you're out there. You're like, why am I doing this when I could just be in a club where people pay to see comedy, they're calm, and they're going to listen, they're going to be a great audience. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? But for some reason I do.
Well, I mean, plus, you made all those connections through the TV show.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah, and it was just, I knew going in, as long as some of the audience knew me, that I was going to give it a shot, and see how it was. Mm-hmm. So, and plus you're like, all right, I'm on tour with Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax for a month.
Right.
This is fucking great. I'm watching the shows every night. I'd be here if I wasn't working.
I mean, growing up a metal fan, were you surprised at the people that you got to know because of the TV show?
Yeah.
Who was it like, oh my God, I can't believe that I know this person now?
Well, just the guys coming through the show and knowing you and, well, like the other day, like last week, Ozzy sent out a tweet about my book, said, hey, man, our good friend Jim Florentine's got a book out. Jim Norton wrote the forward, go buy it. Here's the links. And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's huge.
I know. My whole childhood was Ozzy. My whole life has been Ozzy. I've seen, a million times. And so it was just, it just, and then Lemmy, Lemmy was around. He did that metal show like 4 or 5 times. And I was on the HBO show with him, Down and Dirty with Jim Norton. Lemmy was like the DJ. So just to get, and Motorhead was a big part of my life too. And then Saxon, you see these guys, and Biff knows. So it's really cool. You would never think that would happen, as a kid, that you would, be knowing these guys later. And even on the boat, like Y&T, I was a huge Y&T fan. So I'm doing the Q&A with Dave Meniketti. I'm like, holy shit. And the guys in Raven, when they came to the East Coast, when they came from England, did some shows with Metallica, and I was a big fan of those guys. And they're still around. I had lunch with them. It was really cool.
I will say this. Dave and Jill Meniketti are the two of the nicest people I've ever met in this entire business.
Yeah.
Amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. No, this is your second book, correct?
No, first. I mean, I did like a pamphlet back.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, just like a little,
right.
self-published, but it wasn't even a book.
All right, so this is...
It wasn't in a store or anything like that.
Right.
I just sold them at my gigs. But yeah, it's the first book. Yeah.
Is this like an autobiography type thing? I mean, obviously
a little bit of that, and it's a lot of rant, a lot from my podcast.
Okay.
A lot of my rants from my podcast, making fun of social media.
Right.
I put out people's actual Facebook posts in there and just
nice.
Dissect them. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
we talked a little bit about that last time you were on. We were talking about food posts and how much you hate those.
Yeah.
Because I'm guilty.
Right.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I'm guilty. I can't help it.
I don't mind, but I say in the end of the book, I don't want people to think like, oh man, I can't do that because I don't like it. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I mean, if you want to do it, that's fine. Because I said, look, I put a point in there. I said, I like heavy metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to a lot of people, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, and like, why would you still like that music? Maybe in the 80s, I liked it for a little while. So if someone's like, dude, come on, you still Judas Priest? You listen? What are you, fucking 10 years old? It's not gonna make me go, you know what? Maybe I should start listening to Drake. It's never gonna change my mind, so I don't care. So if people are making fun of me, I can totally understand, but it's not gonna affect me in any other way. So when people post pictures of food or whatever, I make fun of them. I'm like, look, I don't want you not to do it. If that works for you and you like doing it, do it. But I'm going to make fun of it. That's what comics do. You're going to pick it apart.
Exactly.
Your friend walks in a room with a bad shirt on. He's going to get it for 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It just busting balls.
Right. Well, here's a good example. We did the Labruski cruise. And it was this weird combination of like OAR and like jam bands and Molly Hatchet, and because they combined with like the Southern Rock cruise, and there's this jam band on there, and I can't remember the name of the band, and their bass player dressed up like Superman at all times, and he actually legally had his name changed to Supa Man. Well, you know what we do at karaoke. He comes walking into the karaoke lounge at 3 a.m. dressed as Superman. We're fucked up. We're going to fuck with him. He wanted to throw down.
Really?
It's like, dude, it's jokes.
What were you doing? Like,
oh, we're just fucking with him. Like we do. I mean, I was drunk. I don't remember what we said.
Because I know you were telling me a story how you were messing up some guy's name just to fuck with him.
Oh, yeah, that was Mike Portnoy.
Yeah.
We were calling him Mark.
Yeah.
Dude, my name's Mike. It's like, I know. Just go along with it. It's like, why is he calling me Mark? It was funny.
Because I remember you guys were like, when I was hanging up there, you're like, Don Jameson, you would call me Don or whatever. Don's over there having a drink, whatever. Like, you just, and I'm like, I don't care. I think it's funny.
It's what we do. I mean, that's
look
part
at my
of...
coffee cup. Look at the name on here. Steve. Yeah, can I have a name? Yeah, Steve. I'm not going to give the right name. I'm just going to be an idiot. I usually say Jennifer when I go to Starbucks. Like, can we have a name? I go, Jennifer.
Nice.
And they stare at me. I'm like, and they'll laugh. I'm like, what's so funny? That was my dad's name. I got his name. Like, no, but the ball, but that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a weird way of showing affection.
Oh, here's a question from Canada. Has anybody come to your show or through social media that came out as a fan that made you go, holy crap, this person is a fan, aside from Ozzy and Lemmy?
That what?
Anybody that's come to your show or through social media came out as a fan of you and you didn't realize they were a fan, or, oh my God, they are a fan?
Through social media?
Yeah, or basically, I'll read it again. Has anyone come to your show or through social media that came out as a fan that made you go, holy crap, this person is a fan?
So, but it's just somebody in general, like maybe like an actor or a rock star or something like that. Yeah. Well, you never know, because sometimes they'll just say that. I just did the Howard Stern wrap-up show in New York this past week, and Paul Feig was on it, the director, who did, he did a bunch of big movies. I forget, but he's a pretty famous guy. And he's like, dude, I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. I loved you on Crank Anchors and stuff like that. I wonder if he just did Wikipedia, it really means it. So you never know. But I love when the rock guys find out like they're big comedy fans, because most of the music guys want to be comedians want to be rock stars.
Yep.
So they all listen to comedy albums or on a tour bus. So that's always really cool. A lot of the bands go, dude, we listen to your prank calls before we start practice or something like that, or we listen to them on the bus and we just quote all your shit that's on the call. So it's like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Were you ever afraid of getting being stuck as the prank call guy?
No. Because you just branch out into something else, you know what I mean? I always knew I'd stand up to fall back on, but whatever works at that time, why not do it? You milk it. It's same with that metal show, you know? It's like, are you going to be labeled just as like a heavy metal comedian? It's like, no, that's just part of what I do over there, and then I'm always, you know, so. But no, I never worried about that.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious about that because I had Gass on, and Craig Gass, and we were talking about, you know, being labeled as the impression guy, or the guy that does Gene Simmons, you know? So I was just kind of curious about your take on that. So.
Yeah. No, I don't, you know, it doesn't bother me. Whatever works for you. Look, if I can make a living making prank calls, I mean, it's fucking God bless America.
Right?
You know, if I can make some money doing that, I'd be doing it. I'd be doing it for free.
If I could make some money jerking off on the corner, I'd probably be doing it. Well, maybe I couldn't.
I'd give you $5 if you're going to
really?
do it. Yeah,
that's hot.
Just don't, you know, block the door if I want to leave.
I just won't shoot it in your general direction.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
Out of principle, you know, because I care.
Right. Or just give me a warning.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah.
Back to social media a little bit. Is it tough for you to go through, look at social media now? I mean, with everybody whining about everything, and
I don't look at too much. I'll do it usually just for promotion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really get involved in the drama. I don't really look at comments. I don't care. I got things going on, so it doesn't really, you know. But it is great for promotion to get your shit out there. People follow you. They can see what you're doing. So I like it for that. But I don't, you know, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
You got to post it. You know, I got to post something. And, you know, it just. I feel like, you know, sometimes it'll take me 20 minutes to post it to Twitter, then I got to go to Instagram, then I got to Facebook, and then I got a Facebook fan page. And I'm like, this is fucking, holy shit.
It's a lot of work.
How many people I'm playing in fucking Springfield, Missouri. How many people are going to come to this gig that, you know, out of these 5,000 friends, how many people live in that area? Am I affecting 2 people? You know, I wish you could narrow it down where you can actually do a specific area.
Well, if you spend money, you can.
Oh, right. If you do a Facebook ad,
if you do the Facebook ad, I mean, I guess that's the only way to really do it. And plus, it's so tough now too. It's like your fan page, you have 62,000 likes, and just a small percentage sees that post.
Yeah.
Just because of the fucking algorithms, you know.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't, you know, it's free, which is good. You know what I mean.
Free is always amazing.
That's good. It's free promotion, so that's huge. But other than that, I just, you know. I try not to get involved in drama.
Yeah, drama's dumb.
Well, a lot of it you get from there, you know.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable.
Someone was just telling me that they thought I was dating this girl because this guy was posting stuff that I was dating this girl. It's like, are you dating? I thought you were dating this girl. That's why I didn't call you. I'm like, why would you think that? It goes, someone was posting this thing. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, it was weird.
Jesus Christ. So you're in town and you're doing, anybody that's listening live in Los Angeles right now, this Saturday, tomorrow, is it tomorrow? Tomorrow,
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock at Book Soup. You're doing a book signing. You have a lot of these things scheduled?
No, this is the last one. I did one in New York.
Last
week. I did one in New Jersey.
Okay.
And I'll do here in L.A. And then, you know, when I'm on the road at my shows, I'll do signings after the show.
So you have books available at your shows?
Yeah, I'll do it that way. That's the best way.
How's the response been out so far for the
Pretty
book?
good so far. You know, so far so good. People are enjoying it, you know.
Have you read any of the Amazon reviews?
I did the other night because my manager's like, hey, there's some reviews up there. And, and they were positive. But I don't think anyone's going to go run out the first day the book's out and write some negative shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you're going to get your fans that are going to buy the book. As it gets out there, and, you know, in a few weeks or whatever, somebody might recommend it, or they might pick it up in a Barnes & Noble and go, I don't like this. So then that's when they'll start coming. I don't care about that. You know,
well, I did notice that there's already used hard copies available.
Right. Yeah, so what do people do? Like, something comes out and they buy it? Like, how would I
don't know. They buy it and then they
But why would they sell it for cheaper, though, if they just bought it?
I don't know.
I wonder if that's Amazon doing that.
That could be.
You know what I mean? Like just like the ticket agencies buying up all the tickets for the concerts, and then they put them back on the market through StubHub. You know, and they're in business with StubHub. So I think that, like, who's going to buy the book the first day for $27 and then resell it for $10.52 plus $6 shipping and handling? Like, he didn't read it in one day, and he's not going to lose $11 on a book that he just bought. So I don't know. Whatever. I don't really care.
How do you feel?
In 3 years, the book's going to be in a fucking used bin for $1.
Right?
That's
just how it goes.
Is. Yeah, that's
just
the way
how it goes.
Yeah.
How do you feel about paid meet and greets?
I don't. My nephew does it. My brother, his dad, will pay meet a certain band.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's not outrageous and you want to afford it. I mean, look, I would have done it back in the day if it was $60 to meet Ozzy and get a picture with him. You know what I mean? His band, and get there and watch the sound check. I would have fucking done that in a second. I would have saved up my money and did that. I had no shot of ever doing that,
right?
As a kid, so I and the band's got to make money. They're not making it through the record companies. People aren't buying the records anymore as much, so you're not getting the royalties off of that. So you have to make it some other way. So I got no problem with it. Look, if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. You're not you're still gonna get a ticket. You can still go to the show.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Do you see that moving into comedy at all?
I don't know. I think some comics do it if they do theaters. I just sell merchandise after the show. I tell them, come by the merchandise table after the show. We'll take pictures, whatever you want to buy something. And if someone doesn't buy anything, I don't give a shit. I'll take a picture with them. But I like meeting people because then they'll come back. They'll go, hey, it was a good show. When are you going to come back? I said, probably a year or whatever. Or we'll talk some metal or some comedy or whatever. And people are like, oh, cool, man, I'm going to come back and see them. Like, that's how you build a fan base. Mm-hmm. And if I was, as a guy always going to see bands, if the band came out and was, at the, signing stuff, if you bought the album or the CD, that was like, that's pretty fucking cool.
Right.
So that's the way I always look at it.
Well, I suppose it is different in the clubs as opposed to like a theater, because in the clubs you're there. You know? In the theater you're hiding out backstage and you're not really out in the crowd. But
right.
So, I guess that does make sense. Makes sense. And here's the awkward silence. That's what made that last show so good. There was just like a lot of this awkward silence.
There's nothing better than awkward silence.
I know. It's fucking beautiful. Let me see. I'm going to go back to these chapters here. In the promo, something about ketchup. Was it I don't put ketchup on my burgers or something like that?
Well, just say like ketchup is for kids.
Oh, ketchup, yes.
Well, I was on a radio show, Opie and Anthony, one time, and we were eating on the air, and they go, hey, you want some ketchup for those eggs? I go, no, I'm not 5 years old. I don't use ketchup anymore. And it just caught this whole thing. Like, why don't you like ketchup? And I was like, I didn't even realize that I don't use it anymore. And just like, why would I use? I want to taste my food. You know what I mean? It's like I go, it's liquid sugar, so that's all it is. And I'm not 5 years old. I don't order French fries and put ketchup on them. And so people went crazy. So I did this whole rant about how much I don't like ketchup. It's because I used to. I said it's just like out of habit.
Right.
Like when you're a kid, you just I got to put ketchup. I used to put ketchup on my eggs, and then one day I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? You just reach for it. Okay, I got to reach for the ketchup. So I think that's where it started. So there's a little rant in there about how much I don't like ketchup.
Well, because Mark from Three Sides of the Coin commented on that because I put that picture up, and he goes, "No, I disagree. Food is a delivery service for ketchup." So he likes ketchup on everything, basically, is what he was saying.
Well, I mean, if you look at the bottle, you look at a bottle of Heinz, there's like 80 grams of sugar in that bottle.
There's a lot.
So you put it's basically like liquid sugar
is
what it is, and it's just sugar in there giving it the flavor. So just know, so your food must taste like shit. There's a reason you don't put ketchup on a nice steak because you don't have to.
Right.
It's good food. So you're basically eating shitty food and covering up by putting ketchup on it, putting sugar on it.
And you notice there's no ketchup on sliders at White Castle.
No.
That's how glorious they are.
Yeah, they don't need it.
Exactly.
They don't need it.
Kurt from Denver says, ask him about Shotgun Willie's in Denver after his show. Shotgun Willie. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Was that
Shotgun Willie in Denver?
Is that a strip club? Because I did go to I did a show in Denver like 6 months ago.
Okay.
We went to a strip club afterwards.
I don't know. It just says ask him about Shotgun Willie in Denver after his show.
It must have been a strip club because I did a rock club in Denver. I forgot what it was called, and then the promoter took me to a strip club, and we went. Yeah, we just hung out, got some lap dances, drank some beers. So
like you do at strip clubs.
Yeah,
because jiggling
cool.
Titties.
Yeah. So
God bless them.
It was cool. Yeah.
Are there any upcoming up and coming comics and bands that you're listening to now? Comes from Scotty again.
Well, I guess the backlash is already starting with Greta Van Fleet, but I like those guys.
Oh, I love those guys. They're great.
Yeah, I really like them. I saw them at the Mercury Lounge in New York City like 4 months ago in front of 300 people, and it was amazing just watching a band. They just announced a tour, and they're selling 2,500 tickets in 30 minutes.
Of course they are.
I haven't heard of that in so long. I mean, it's good for music. It's good for rock music. So when everyone's bitching, and whether you think they sound like Led Zeppelin or whatever, or everyone's talking about them, so you can't like them all of a sudden. That's great for rock music. I haven't seen that in a long. I don't even remember the last time.
Right.
Where they put a tour and it sells. Every show sold out in 30 minutes. Within 30 minutes,
unbelievable.
Like 40 dates. They're putting second shows on and shit. So it's great. And so I like those guys a lot. They got 8 songs out, 2 EPs, and as far as comics, well, Dean Del Rey, he does a podcast. He's a friend of mine. He's great. There's a guy out of Cleveland that moved to New York, a friend of mine, Chad Zumach. He's making some waves. There's a female comic from L.A., Kate Quigley, who's really funny.
Yeah, I've never seen her, but I see her tweets all the time, and she's fucking gorgeous.
She's hot, and she's funny, and she doesn't take herself serious. She's not up there, I'm a feminist, and I hate men. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, but she talks about herself. And usually in comedy, if a girl was hot, it caused problems because the female at the table, whether it's the wife or the girlfriend, would get jealous because the guy she's with is like, oh man, she's hot, and then if she talks about sex, the girl, the jealous, she comes out, she's like, oh my God, why would a girl talk like that? That's disgusting. That used to go on a lot, but it seems like it has, in the last like 7-8 years. Amy Schumer doing Dirty Humor, and she's cute, and they broke through that barrier, so you could be cute and telling raunchy jokes up there. But she doesn't take herself serious. She makes fun of herself. The women in the crowd love her, which I was like, I don't know how the women are going to like her because she's hot. But they like her even more than the guy. Like the guys come because she's hot and she's funny, but she backs it up. So I like that, So there's some new people out there, and there's clips of everybody out there, which is great,
right?
Right. So you can always seek them out.
Back to this Greta Van Fleet thing. The thing that I really dig about them is they're fucking young. I mean, they're like, what, 18?
Yeah, there's 3 brothers, and the best friend is on drums. The 2 twins are 19, guitar and bass player. The singer, who's the older brother, he's 21. The drummer is 21.
Yeah, and you get some young kids like that, and, I mean, the age of the rock star is gone. But you get these young kids like that might make people younger than them want to pick up a fucking guitar.
Yeah, and if they start getting a younger audience, when I saw them at the Mercury Lounge, it was all middle-aged dudes.
Right.
But if they start getting a younger audience, 19, 20-year-olds, to see them and build, and then they got bands opening for them, it could really change the rock scene. Slowly, but it could definitely it could be great, if you get the young generation into those.
Yep. All it takes is a bunch of hot, young high school chicks.
The girls to start going to shows. Exactly. That was my whole thing with Steel Panther. People are like, oh, they're making fun of the 80s music. They're a joke. I go, they're bringing hot chicks to rock shows.
Exactly.
I go, that's been missing for a long time. I go, or it's just a fun show. That was like an 80s show. When you go into an 80s show, like, back in the 80s, it was just a big party.
Yeah.
Everyone's hooking up. You're making out with somebody in the fucking crowd. You just met at the concert. You're fucking hooking up. It was just a big party, and that's what Steel Panther finally brought back. And people are like, oh, they're a fucking joke. I'm like, they're fun. It's just a fun band to go watch.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know it's not serious. I get it. I get what they're doing.
But they're really fucking good at what they do.
They're amazing at what
they're
they do.
amazing musicians, and it's like a well-oiled fucking Vegas routine.
When Monday nights when they would play here at on the Sunset Strip and draw like 800 people on a Monday night and sell it out, that was great for music.
Yeah, I agree.
They're good dudes. So I always support those guys.
That's fucking great. So just really quick, the book is available. You can get it on Amazon and all your. And
it's in bookstores, in Target, Barnes and Noble, all that stuff. Everybody is awful except you. It's just a rant book. There's jokes on all the pages. You know what I mean? It's just you can open up anywhere and just start reading. And it's just if you see through all the nonsense on social media, you got a good sense of humor, you'll like it.
And they want to find you on social media. It's is it Real Jim Florentine on Twitter?
No, it's Mr. Jim Florentine.
Mr. Jim Florentine. Okay, there you go. And the website is
JimFlorentine.com. All the shit's up there,
Yeah, and you can get all of his social media links there. And obviously you have a lot of dates coming up, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll be in Baltimore, St. Louis, Vegas the next few months, so I'm always out there.
Always out there, always working. Jim, dude, it was a pleasure. Thank you again,
absolutely,
man.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Check out the book. Check out all the social media. Hold on, I'm going to hit the outro music here, just so I don't have to edit it in later. All right. Thank you, Jim Florentine. Again, check out his book. It is called Everybody's Awful Except For You. Go buy it and go to one of the shows and have him sign it, or buy it at one of the shows and have him sign it, do all that kind of good shit. Make sure you hit up all my social media. It's Real Izzy Presley on the Twitter machine on my quest for 1 million followers. Currently about 2,000. I'm getting there, creeping up slowly.
Yeah.
Also the same on Instagram. Our Facebook page is Real. Oh, no, that's a fucking Twitter. It is another effing podcast on Facebook and on another Facebook, my entertainment stuff, everything I'm doing entertainment-wise, Izzy Presley 1. Go like those pages and all that good stuff. We'll see you next week. I can't remember who the guest is, but we will for sure be live at The Other Door in North Hollywood on Sunday. It's Sunday the 4th of March. And I'll let you know who the guest is coming up on that. So we'll see you then. Folks, it is true. I do love you all.
Why don't you kindly go fuck yourself?